Hi guys, I was just noticing that there is a lot of shoplifting happening in many major cities right across North America. People go in, they shoplift, and then, some towns, some municipalities have decided to loosen bail laws and all of those things. So, these guys just go in, are released without bail, and because of that, somehow it's encouraging more shoplifting. You would think so, right? I mean, if someone goes into a store and shoplifts and, police comes and arrest them, then they're released without no bail. They may say, hold on, wait, what's happening here? So what's happening now is it's a scourge of shoplifting in some towns and some places. And one of the things why I wanted to cover this was, the whole concept of shoplifting and stealing is something that damages society, and a lot of people know this. So why not let's just talk about it? Let's say that we all could just go into stores and steal things and take it, and we wouldn't have to pay for it. Then what would be the purpose of the store owner having a store? That's the main point of having a store, making a profit and invest in the store and having things. A store provides convenience. So if we all went and stole from the store, then the store would close down. Then we wouldn't have a store. Then it kind of reminds us of where? The ghetto, where there are no stores, right? Because there you go and there are hardly any stores. There's just, maybe a liquor store that, it's really barricaded up, and you end up in these food deserts because no one wants to invest in a place that people come and steal all the time. So we're getting the point that shoplifting is actually a negative scourge, and this is something that I'm seeing happening over and over. We're seeing this in situations of people going into food marts or quick marts and feeling entitled. Like the quick mart has a microwave. That microwave is there to serve its customers on the things that they sell. Someone just says, hey, I'm going to take a new box from somewhere, some other place, and I'm going to warm it up. The lady says, no, you can't do that. And then guess what? It starts an argument because the whole concept of property rights is just not there. Some people can't grasp it, that when you go into the store, the microwave, the store, the shelves, the goods belongs to the store owner. You purchase it and then you get access to it. You can't just steal it. And these concepts are very difficult to pass on because I think this starts in the home. Lots of folks teach their children some things that are, like they'll say, hold on, the society is unfair. Starting out with that premise teaches a child that the rules are unfair. Because think about it. Let's start about it. If you tell your child that society is unfair, then the child will start to believe that the rules of society are unfair. Then they'll start to think that common convention as not stealing, not harassing people, not harming others is unfair rules. And then they start to do their own vigilante shopping, right? Let's call shoplifting vigilante shopping. Maybe it's just basically they're going in there and saying these store owners are rich and they're keeping all the money to themselves and the goods. So I'm going to go and release these goods to myself. And that's probably the principle that's there. So we have to start with teaching our children about the economy and start teaching them why the stores are there and the benefit of having the stores there. Because every one of us, when we need, maybe we're cooking and we need a bit of beef, we need a bit of seasoning, and we need maybe some oil, and none of us want to drive 10 miles to get that, right? We all want it to be just around the corner that we can get it. So some store owner has to invest money to put that store there, and he's not putting it for the benefit of you. He's putting it there to the benefit of himself, but we mutually benefit because it's close to us. We get there, and that store owner has to be encouraged with the profits. If he or she doesn't make any profits, they'll leave. That's been the concept. That's the economy. And I think that a lot of people need to start teaching their children this again and need to recognize that there is a mutual benefit to having these stores around, having these conveniences. And we need to keep going back to these ghettos and figuring out that when you go to the ghetto, there are no convenience stores around, no supermarkets around, no fast food around, because People don't invest in places that they can't protect their assets and they don't feel they can make a profit. And we need to get back to that understanding. If we don't get back to that understanding, what we will do is keep creating food deserts, keep creating inconveniences to our own selves. And if we get back to this common understanding that we have to go, it's a process, right? As a child, you go to school, you learn to read, you learn arithmetic. Then as you get older, you either go straight to a low skill job or you get a skill. Important thing is, once you do that, you work hard, you do well, you earn money. Then you are able now to effectively purchase and consume. That's the process. That process has helped society move forward. If we ever break down to the process of waking up and going and stealing things, we know where that ends. So let's kind of get back to basics and teach our children not to steal, because I think that's where the core problem is coming from. Thanks, guys.